Yow! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to our broadcast for the evening. I'm your host, eXtine. We have a fantastic game for you tonight. This is the ESEA-Invite Classic Mixup versus a new team, Exertus eSports. Good new sponsor to the scene, so always good to have one of those. Glad to have their support in the community. And of course, they're looking to help out the team with a land spot if they can make it. They're off to a good start so far. 2-0, undefeated, as are their opponents, Classic Mixup, and the third main contender right now, Froyotech. Now, I am joined tonight by my co-host, Marxist. How you doing, Marxist?
Oh, just ducky eXtine. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I don't normally describe myself as ducky, so I don't know if that's how I'm feeling right now. It's a new thing to me, but I'm feeling pretty good. So I don't know. You tell me. But we got a great game for you guys tonight. Super excited. Snake Water, as you can see from the spawn room, and well, roster's shaken up a little bit. We have a special little video to play for you guys, produced by Dashner with a little help from Decap and Lang. Roll it.
But see, he knows there's people there. They're behind him. They're gonna get pinched. Dave AC is Dave AC.
All right, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Dave AC making a triumphant return to the scene and joining up with Classic Mixup. Dave AC, an absolutely huge soldier, basically, I don't know, revolutionized the roamer game, and was really, you hear a lot of names thrown around with Seagull and other players that have like Tag that have just gone insane with roaming on land. And Dave AC, one of the first to really kind of revolutionize that role. Marxist, what do you want to say about Dave AC?
Yeah, Dave AC in his previous incarnation, there was always the big joke that Dave AC was undefeated at LAN. Unfortunately, he couldn't carry that through the entirety of his career, but he was on the first team that went undefeated, more or less, and technically by the record. And his roaming style overall became, especially when he was with LG, became sort of based on distraction. Dave AC wasn't the guy that would kill you by hitting every rocket. He would just get you to look at him and then do some series of crazy jumps that in his own mind made sense, at least. And then his team would win because you looked at Dave AC. And occasionally he would hit massive air shots and Lang got to yell about them. So it was great to watch Dave play.
Yeah. Everybody wins in that scenario, so we're certainly happy to have him back. I know that Dave AC is a really big fan favorite, so certainly going to be great to see him over the course of this season. And well, we have a great matchup tonight to see how he can perform up against this Exertus eSports team. So as we talk about both these teams, let's first get into our roster video for Classic Mixup and go over some of those players. They have a fantastic scout squad with Squid and Enigma. Really devastating. Enigma has an absolute ton of experience. There's very few players that have as much experience as Enigma has. And Squid is certainly trying to catch up, put a lot of hours into TF2, and has been playing well. Streams all the time, is a fantastic scout, has really deserved his top level recognition. Their soldiers are Platinum and Dave AC, with, as we mentioned, Dave AC returning Platinum paired up as his pocket. And Platinum has been around the blocks as a soldier of TF2 as well. And I think without a doubt, while it's very, very difficult to argue about who is the best soldier in the game, I think Platinum is a shoo-in for a top 5 slot, without a doubt. Now, Hardblue is known for playing soldier, also a fantastic medic, hasn't played demo in Invite. So that's certainly going to be a point of contention and discussion for the events this evening. And then something else that I think is also something to talk about is the medic for Classic Mixup, Ninja Nick. He's been on Invite before, but he wanted to be on a top team. He wanted to be a contender. He wanted to be somebody. And so he stepped into this Mix-Up medic role And he's kind of new blood on Medic, but he's also kind of an ulti-duo superstar, and he's got a lot of talent. So I think the matchup on the other side, as we get into the Exertus eSports roster, I think there's an interesting Medic matchup that we'll see how both of these Medics approach the game. What are your thoughts on the Mixup roster, Marxist?
Well, obviously there's the Harbley demo question mark, and Dave AC's in the server, it appears. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes along with it, since they've used roamers in kind of different ways, especially with Plaid on Pocket. So we'll see if the Dave AC, which Dave AC shows up, the check 6 kill you Dave AC, or the LG look at me, oh you're dead now Dave AC. And of course, for me personally, this will be a nice little pleasure for me, because Platinum's, not to bias the cast, but Platinum's pretty much my favorite Pocket to watch. I know TLR gets a lot of attention in his history with Mixup, but Plat's my favorite.
Yeah, he really is a great soldier, but we got to get through these rosters here. There was a slight delay possible with Dave AC not having been paid up, but I've been told that has cleared, so we could get started very soon here. So before we do, let's run down the rosters for Exertus eSports. Their scout combo, Alpha and Decimate. Alpha, definitely a veteran player, has played for a ton of different teams, been to ESEA land, been to ETS land, and Decimate has also been in the scene for a very long time and has worked his way up. He's one of those players that has been putting in the hours and has put in seasons with other teams, recently the Mighty Ducks, and he's deserved his spot up here as well. Rando and Mela, they're soldiers. Rando, a very consistent pocket, while Mela's a very creative roamer. As we mentioned, just the impact of Dave AC on the game overall, and you have to consider that Mela is one of the roamers that took after Dave AC's style. Their demo man Budonsky debuted in Invite on demo last season, had a solid season without a doubt, and then they are led by the returning medic, the Fragile. Now, Fragile, definitely kind of one of my favorite medics, one of the medics that I look up to. Him alongside Pure are really the old school medic heroes, the veterans of this game that really created a lot of the meta and the mechanics and what top level medics do. And I don't think Fragile's really lost any steps. He might be a little bit out of practice, but we saw him at Fightsland. He did great at Fightsland, and obviously that was before the ESEA season really kicked into gear. And I'm sure he's gotten his scrims under his belt. He's nice and tight with his team, and they know what they want to do. And I think even though that Fragile is old blood, he's a very creative player, and he's always looking for the next edge and the next thing. So I expect some crazy crossbows out of him, without a doubt. Marxist, why don't you talk about the Exertus roster a little bit? How do you feel about their chances here tonight?
Yeah, on the crossbow note, Fragile was pretty well known for using the old crossbow, which was by all means far inferior to what actually is now the crossbow. So that should be pretty exciting, although Ninja Nick's known for it too, so maybe we'll get to see a little duel happen. The big story for Exertus, besides Decimate doing so well last season, is a lot of people around the TF2 watering hole is that Budonsky may just be the best demo this season. It's either expressed in terms of a fact, which is existing at this moment, or as a potential thing, which may happen somewhere down the road soon.
Right.
So that could be really interesting, especially on a map like Snakewater, where Demo Man can come into play, especially in mid, in a big way.
Excuse me. We also have, our players to watch tonight. Now, this is a matchup that we feel is going to be a solid matchup. The Scouts here tonight. Sorry, I had all these graphics set up and just lost it for a second. But pulling it up, we got Squid and Decimate. Overall, these players are responsible for they're both in the top 3 for frags for Scouts in the last season. So definitely both very, very productive. Grape was the other Scout, and both of these players ranking very high in the dominations for the season as well. And Snakewater, very Scout friendly. If you control the flanks, if you can keep pressure on the sides, if you can make plays happen, if you can go for back caps, those are huge plays that could swing the fight around, besides just the combo engagements, you know. The combos are going to go head to head, they're going to battle, but what happens on the side will decide the fate of the game.
Yeah, definitely, especially now with the more woody nature of Snakewater. It's a little bit harder to see sometimes what the flank is doing, so that could open up a lot of avenues of attack for Decimate and Squid and going forward.
Yeah, Snakewater, very open map, a lot of possibilities here. We should be getting going live fairly soon here. We have 11 in the server, but they have been rolling late and are getting up to speed. So Dave AC is all paid up, is in the server. That's not slowing us down anymore. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Exertus players and are waiting on their 6th. I want to give a couple shout outs real quick. Shout out to TeamFortress.tv for letting us use that footage from Lang. Got that logo on there. Yeah. And they're just a great website if you are newer to competitive Team Fortress. Want to give a shout out to our Patreon campaign, which is a fundraiser technique that we are using to try to fund eXtv and myself being able to be more active and more productive with eXtv and doing casts. But schedule has switched around, and actually we will be able to be more productive. Luke, thanks to everybody's contributions, will be able to clear up some of his schedule. I've altered my schedule, and now I'm happy to announce that we will be doing 6v6 TF2 every Tuesday night. TF2 Tuesdays, hosted by myself, and well, we're penciling in Bloodsire, but I'm sure we'll probably have Marxist joining us again. And I'm really stoked about that, because 6's TF2 is a lot of fun. So every week, Tuesday night, start time might differ a little bit, but we're going to be having some TF2 fun. And we did get word that we should be getting the players starting very soon here. So, yeah, predictions?
I'm going to go 5-3 mix-up.
Yeah.
Feeling pretty good about that.
That sounds pretty good. I would like to see Exertus win, but you know, TF2 is a game where you just get better over time, and the only thing that happens over time about getting worse is just getting out of practice, and none of these players on Classic Mixup are going to be out of practice. They're going to be killing it. They're going to be on point, and Harblue is a dangerous player, and he's also very aggressive, and that's just his nature when it comes to TF2, and I'm sure any other computer game you throw at him. And playing Demo Man, I think that's going to work for him. I think that's going to benefit. I think that's going to match the style of Classic Mixup.
Yeah, plus he's played with these guys for so long. He should know the system already pretty well, so maybe it'll be a really good fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think, you know, exactly, the long-term friendship, I mean, Platinum and Enigma know how to keep Harblue in check when they need to. And some of the rhythm might be kind of off. They might not have everything totally dialed in regards to that, but they should be on point pretty much. And I mean, there's just like the slightest of opportunity for Exertus maybe to disrupt Classic Mixup because of that Demo Man switch up. And we just got to see the true strength of Exertus here. I mean, that's what they have to show us.
Yep, and I mean, on the other side, we didn't really talk about him a whole ton, but Rando and Mela could make their presence known here, so we'll see. But it looks like we're going live eXtine, so...
Yes, indeed we are. We're going to follow Dave AC on this first rollout. Check to see his roamer style and what he brings to this middle. And we are live, ladies and gentlemen, with Classic Mixup versus Exertus eSports in ESEA-Invite. I am pretty excited about these soldier matchups, and indeed we've been talking about it a bunch, but Harblue on Demoman is certainly going to be a key player here as this match unwinds. This middle's starting to develop. Let's see what happens next. Yeah, Dave AC does take that kitchen. He starts to come out now, trying to get aggressive towards Fragile. Fragile rotates away. Is definitely going to keep his head checked. He's got plenty of health. Ninja Nick is under a lot of duress on top of the shed. That actually puts him open. And meanwhile, Rando and Decimate go down. Fragile has to back up, but the cleanup has happened. Squid running in here. Does get cleaned up. Red is going to persevere. Fragile has plenty of time to heal up. Marxist, what did you see in that middle fight?
Yeah, Dave went for his classic kitchen jump there that he sort of immortalized as his own special jump, and Platt ended up going down as he went in off of his kitchen play there, and that sort of was the end of the mid for Mixup, and they hung around way too long afterwards, and ended up in this situation, which is probably going to see Exertus Uber in to Snakewater last here.
Yeah, and Snakewater last is definitely a little renowned for being difficult to push into. The Uber is out here now. Level 2 Sentry Gun on the left-hand side. Enigma standing by it. It's probably going to switch classes now. Does come out as Scout. Red is still in, controlling the right side, but there goes Fragile. Hardblue getting a pair of frags. No, 3 actually. Enigma with a pair. But Alpha taken out, and that is a wipe.
Yeah, that's our whippity wipe there, eXtine. We should see pretty easy cap of second go down here. And solid Uber advantage on Ninja Nick. Full spawns come up for Mixup. I think we didn't see any forwards get blocked. So that'll slow things down for just a little bit before this Uber comes in. And
yeah, it is a very large Uber charge advantage. Ninja Nick's posturing, getting ready to go. Looks like they're going to come out walkway here. Should be forced to use it fairly soon, or at least as they're planned to use it. The jump in by Mela with that black box ends up barely scratching Ninja Nick. Really only 25 more health lost. So he's pretty comfortable. Is definitely going to hold on to it here. The point's basically conceded. 70% on Fragile. See how quick Mixup pushes here. Looks like they're going very fast through Saw right now.
Yeah, not getting the pop out there was basically unmitigated disaster. Here comes the Uber. If Mixup gets 2 kills, this is going to be bad news.
Yeah, they haven't found anybody for Exertus yet, and Fragile actually gets in a good position to save the Uber. They kind of use it awkwardly coming out into the point. They have stopped the capture. Scouts, that is Enigma, extremely lit. So Enigma gets taken down. And they've kind of evened up the charges quite a bit here through that play. They're going to push off charge coming out through bottom. A soldier up top as well. That is Mela playing the harassment. Scout behind the red team right now. That's Squid, but getting, well, pistol down eventually. Alpha taking care of business there. Exertus have kind of equalized things and now controlling the middle point. Have reestablished their dominance over that point.
Yeah, we'll see. Just probably a stalemate workout here. Although Squid is down, so that may pull in. But actually, they're going to exchange Uber and Saw, or Mixup's going to push in. I don't understand, eXtine. But
yeah,
this Uber is going to come out, and we're going to see 2 picks go down on Exertus, and Dave AC's going to be lost. But that gives Mixup a window to push. So they know more about it than I do.
Yeah, Mixup's coming out, but I mean, Enigma kind of stretched out Exertus. They dealt with that. It's 4-on-4 on the point. Slightly better heals towards Exertus. Everybody's buffed while Platinum is pretty ripped up. And Squid now in the air as well. Alpha goes down though, and that definitely... Oh, there goes Fragile! Big bomb in by Platinum. That's a 3K right there. Yeah.
And 3 down means easy 2.
Sorry, we've been having a lot of HUD problems, and so just notice that we don't have the cap point. We'll try to call out all the important stuff so you guys don't miss anything. Like the capture going down on second point, has been blocked for a moment by Rando. We were having a lot of random HUD technical difficulties, still some artifacts on there. Don't know what to say about that. We tried to fix it up, but it doesn't matter too much. We still have exciting TF2 ahead of us, and I thought that whole mid exchange was going to go better for Exertus, but just kind of fumbled. I think they had the opportunity to attack. They didn't really attack. Just kind of ended up losing it.
Yeah, they kind of got thrown off by the whole thing, because Mixup just randomly sort of pops Uber and comes out of Saw in a really strong way. When you have Uber, that's a really unusual play. And
yeah, I don't know how good that Uber was, but you know, that says something about classic Mixup and just their teamwork overall, that they, even despite that, the situation worked out better for them in the end.
Yeah, the big story here, though, is Ninja Nick ends up getting forced on second. And so now we're in this situation where you either just say, well, we'll take our luck, eXtine, and try and push in, or let's get a sniper or something funny out here.
Yeah, right now, Decimate is the one running the funny sniper. Defensively, that makes a ton of sense. Offensively, kind of hard to get somebody switched up here. Maybe throw in a suicide. Dave AC has gone down. Not really quite a Mackie-style roamer, but Dave AC does off-class from time to time.
Yeah, he's not as well known. We do also Decimate on snipers way deep in what used to be the drop down, and Harblue's kind of testing him, but he's gonna stop that, and we're gonna see him mix up, pull back a little bit.
Decimate definitely an excellent sniper, so does have the skill set to possibly get a pick here. Looks like we do have Squid switching over to sniper. So Dave AC must have just died and then held the door open. So Squid will be trying to counter snipe here.
And Squid's a pretty good sniper. He's not as well known for sniping as Decimate, but he can get this job done. You have some pretty good angles here too. Oh, but Enigma goes down to Decimate, so that's gonna delay things a bit.
Yeah. Squid was a very back snipe spot, and actually Enigma was just trying to tease something out, or stand there for a second and get somebody to chase him. He got a bullet to the head. So, and Enigma is going to stay scout here, so no more further off-classing. Things have kind of stabilized, actually. Potentially could have maybe ran spy, but just going to stay scout.
Or the classic Enigma offensive NG.
Oh, and we also have Harblu pulling out all the Demo Man tricks. I believe he's taunting to look around the corner to check his trap.
Yeah. Oh, well, there goes the sniper battle. Squid down, Decimate 1.
Yeah.
So in this situation, you're probably going to see something happen. Oh, and Melee's going to go down to Dave AC, so that's going to pull it off. Decimate's still real far forward, but he's going to pull out now. Whenever you get a pick like that, teams like to push up and do something, at least to try and keep things moving, because you never know. You may just find the medic around a corner and get lucky.
Yeah. Even if you just get one more frag there, it still could be difficult to push into a last at 5, or that's defending with 5, especially if you're far out. But if you can get one more pick, then all of a sudden, it's very possible to just push off Uber, push with Uber, and make something happen. Right now, it looks like Squid is continuing the off-classing, this time going back burner Pyro, running around to drop down. And pressure on the point directly. And here he comes with a back burner, but no, not going to work out. I've seen better 6's Pyro plays, but, applauds for trying something fresh.
Well, this is the old 4-man suicide with a back burner Pyro. So Platt's going to Uber here. The objective is to force the Uber. All right, now Mixup depends on their forward spawns. If their forward spawns can get in here and get kills, they win the round.
Yeah, with the Uber in hand, the quadruple suicide, certainly a snake tactic. But Red Point has gone over to, Second Point has gone over to Exertus, but Fragile goes down in the exchange. Ninja Nick has stayed alive. Only 2 up, Rando and Decimate. Decimate backs up a little bit. Rando's still throwing some spam out here. Ninja Nick is no longer with Platinum, but still has Squid here. They capture the second point. And this scout battle is going to be pretty tough for Decimate. Soldier bombing in though, so Melee's here to help. Can they get Ninja Nick? Gonna not even bother grabbing the health pack just to keep running away. He is surrounded by 3 players, so should be safe. And, at the end, they end up with about a 50% Uber charge advantage. So Mixup still have a bit of an upper hand here.
Yeah, Enigma there managed to get Badonsky and the medic, but unfortunately, just Mixup kind of got picked apart there. And now we'll just see Mixup push in here. It looks like they're going to go Saw, and hopefully for Exertus, they're going to get a pop out. Harblu gets thrown really far forward, it's
Yeah, blue team Mixup found all the sticky traps. They kind of diffused that situation, so the Ninja Nick's just been able to hold on to this, and it's hard to kind of challenge the medic from range without exposing yourself. And right now, there goes Melee, caught down low. The second point's captured, so blue is just going to push forward here. 95% on the red Uber charge, 99% uses it immediately. And Decimate did go down there, so It's only a few players defending. Bidonsky getting attacked from the roof, though. And Fragile can't really heal Donsky, who's under duress, gets taken down. Soldier, that's Rando, shotgunning the point. Ninja Nick gets on it, though. And one more person, though. Mela out here with the black box, cannot do it. Noble effort, and classic Mixup takes the first round. We're going to take a look at...
a wild one.
That was definitely a wild one. We're going to watch Bidonsky roll out here. Give us some quick thoughts, Marxist.
That last round mainly came down to Mixup's ending play there, so things get somewhat disorganized for them, but I think it's actually turning out in their favor because Exertus is having a hard time pinning them down.
Now, Donsky getting fairly lit up, 57 health. Should hopefully be getting some heals here, but his medic Fragile hooking up some other players, has to back up. And wow, Squid cleaning things up. I think he at least got 3 of those. And pretty good middle for classic Mixup. Fragile is getting chased, is running away. Crossbow's out, down to 26 health. Oh my god, gets the frag on Enigma. That was close though.
Yeah, the crossbow comes out, pins Enigma to the wall. But this is still not all that great for Exertus. Yeah, you got your medic out, but he doesn't have Uber yet, so Mixup knows that. They're going to push straight in. Pyro blocks them pretty effectively, though, so this might be what it is. There it goes. Uber comes out.
Donsky gets dropped, though, unfortunately. Fragile was looking at him, just couldn't transfer in time. Mixup, though, getting pretty worked right now. Enigma's sky high. Still up. That's Squid. Squid taken out, so now just Enigma. He is gonna run into Mela. Oh my god, Mela. Black Box jumps into him, and Enigma just chews him up. Takes an Uber Saw, though, I believe. And finally dealt with.
Fragile snags himself an Uber Saw there, so that's gonna give him a nice solid advantage going forward here. So hopefully Exertus will find that Mixup has similar troubles forcing Ubers. Oh, Ninja Nick goes down right away to Decimate, just running in there. So that's going to solve the problem altogether.
That certainly helps. Hardblue was there with Ninja Nick, but Decimate kind of stepped on Hardblue's head. Hardblue didn't really see him come from up top and really just chewed through Ninja Nick quickly. So the push is out here. Hardblue kind of staying back by Kitchen is kind of unspotted. Might be able to get some good damage on the combo here. Also, Dave AC up in the air going wild, ends up suiciding. Fragile does pop the Uber. Hardblue's going to reconnect with Ninja Nick. They'll be able to back up a little bit, but pretty good Uber by Fragile, and percentage is going to stay pretty close. There is a back cap attempt going on, but we should just have the stack here on the middle. Yeah, it's no problem. Squid did kill Alpha in the backfield, but so he'll still be lurking around, but still no real big deal.
Yeah, Mixup may be the kind of team to try and do something big here, but since they're Boston bashing, probably not. Just gonna tease this up in Saw, see what's going on. They may come out now. Hardblue's telling them there's nothing here, so yeah, they're just gonna walk on to second here, or mid here, and it looks like Exertus is gonna be content to just give that up without much of a fight at all.
Yeah, Squid did a good job of just staying even further behind than just being behind them, to really stretch them out, really make them worry about it. But Platinum just went down to Decimate on the flank. That's going to force the Uber charge out early from Ninja Nick. Fragile's used as well, though. Percentage actually in the favor of Mixup. Scout still on the medic, but Squid comes in from behind and clears up Decimate. Just Bidonsky, who has got 100 health, so he's going to run away. Get out of there. Second is pretty exposed right now.
Yeah, that right when they were having that let's stare at each other moment in Saw, a scout just peeked in on the Fragile and went blah blah, and that Uber came out immediately. So that was pretty good luck there in Mixup's case that they had a scout able to do that, who's basically trapped behind. So Mixup will go into this with Uber advantage, so hopefully we'll just get to see a quick one-off push.
Yeah, Snakewater, very difficult to push. Alpha out as engineer. But if you have the right recipe, well, you can cook up a round win. And they have an Uber charge, a big advantage. They're up against an engineer and a sniper, so They can get in clean versus Decimate. They'll be all right. They pop early, so that's not a problem anymore. Take the Sentry Gun out early, so that's not a problem anymore. They're closing Fragile in on spawn side, too, so that's obviously pretty helpful. Ninja Nick still alive, still up in it. On the point now. He's by himself, though. A lot of pressure coming in from Red. They might be able to do this. It is just Squid, Uber Pop from Fragile, and that's about the only consolation for Mixup there.
Yeah, they did a good job of zoning Fragile out, but no one, almost all of Exertus had backed up into spawn, or was very near the spawn doors, and nobody really got onto point. They all focused on zoning there, and things just kind of went awry from there.
Hard Blue set a trap in Saw side, but quickly spotted out by Decimate. So they're well aware that's where he is. Mela jumps in there as well, but actually finds more players than he can deal with. Somehow gets a frag for Platinum, which is a great consolation. Otherwise, that could have been a much greater loss for the team.
Yeah, Soldier Trade's alright, although Plat is a pretty big loss, especially towards the combo side. We might see the Uber come out of Exertus here. They may be aware of the advantage that they've got, although Fragile knows that he got forced, so yeah, it looks like they're going to play it safe and just back off this. Plat had a faster spawn because Mixup had mid, so play it a little safer here, a little test out.
Yeah, Donsky with a Saw room trap, but pretty much spotted out as well. Actually, no, not quite spotted out, just not quite useful yet. So now trying to pressure in here, but here comes Squid from the side to get Mela. Dave AC, though, and well, now Squid down. So a player advantage for Exertus. And they should be able to get control of Saw room here.
And this is one of those big moments, eXtine. Well, we'll see if, how Plat handles this, because this is his magic moment.
Yeah, also wasn't the best Uber from Exertus. Had a bit difficult time getting out. Rando does get shotgun down by Enigma. So they kind of have a bad Uber in the end. They just give up Rando. But in the meantime, they've gotten a couple frags, but also lost quite a few players.
Yep, that's those sorts of Ubers are when pockets show how good they are at TF2. And Plat handled that pretty well. Hard Blue stayed out of the Uber. Everything went pretty much okay from Mixup. And Rando didn't have any frags to find, and he got killed in kitchen by himself, alone and sad.
Now, Mixup kind of poking at that a little bit, but we actually have Exertus with a faster build now, and they got a lot of players spawned, so they're actually going to get aggressive here, which is kind of the correct call regarding where the Uber charges stand, but could be interesting if they don't successfully push here. Looks like, well, tough to say. They still kind of want to hang in there. Looks like now Fragile's saying, no, can't do this.
Well, they had an engineer too in there, so I think maybe they were just trying to feel Mixup out to see, and if they could get a good engagement, they'd maybe take it, but that engineer would have been a liability.
Yeah, and I actually... Oh, okay, I see the sentry gun now. On the left side defensively, does get Hard Blue. Squid takes down the sentry gun, but 3 players down already. 4 players down for Mixup. There's just going to be Platinum and Ninja Nick hanging back. The old quadruple suicide.
Yeah, and it'll be
going to take their chances.
This is one of those things that the new Snakewater was supposed to fix. So we'll see. But the Uber goes down out here, and we'll see Platts just run around. Dave AC down underneath.
Yeah, and Fragile actually very... Oh my god, Dave AC gets him. Fragile was very exposed. And Dave AC ends up tossing him into the wall, gets the frag there. And this is part of the problem. It's just kind of scatterbrained after you come out with your medic, while the other medic is just very clear. Oh, I just stay backwards, you know, and that's how they stay alive. And now they're in a beneficial scenario where Alpha's still around, but Squid taunting and recapping, and not much defense up for Exertus.
Yeah, the way you break this, we're gonna see Mixup push in real quick here on the left. They're gonna grab Alpha, so they're gonna opt not to go for the slow push. I think maybe their spawns are a little bit further behind than they would like, but still with Uber advantage. So we'll probably see a push come out in like 5 seconds.
We actually got Enigma on heavy weapons guy. This Uber charge getting ready to go. Enigma might want a buff first. But we'll see. Looks like the combo is on that right side and is going to go in. Melo's going to get caught out on the side and 4 down very quickly. For Exertus, Scout just runs in, tries to get on the point. That's going to be the second round in favor of Classic Mixup.
Yeah, this is a strong round from them. The Exertus is going to have to figure out how to break the 4-man suicide if they're going to try and defend last properly.
Yeah, it started off better for him, but Fragile's just a little bit disconnected as that fight went on. See how Hardblue does on middle here as he's gone lower right, just kind of walk his way up to Kitchen. Takes a lot of damage and goes down to Bidonsky. So opening frag goes to Exertus. Rando has knock on down. And Red, though, Exertus in good position. Decimate has picked up a kill as well. Fragile, a big bomb from Dave AC. He goes down. Dave AC still getting work done. Damage on Bidonsky, and Squid is by the middle point on Kitchen here. Sneaking up on the Scout. Oh, God. Good damage on Alpha, and I think my game might have just crashed. Question mark.
I'm still in.
All right, well, take it away.
Yeah,
I don't know what's happening.
We'll see Exodus cap up on this second point. We'll write that mid down. We'll chalk it up to Hardblue not playing demo in Invite before as he goes down in the sticky trap too. So sorry, Hardblue. And Ninja Nick's got his Uber here. So I'm gonna guess that Platt would like very much to use this, but losing Enigma 2 in that, Platt's good, but he's not that good. So he's gonna back up, not gonna try to take on 5 people by himself. Invincible or not, Melo's peeking in over here on the left. He's gonna go down, and that's gonna be push time for Platt and friends.
I am back in the game just to let you know, so you don't have the fear of solo casting anymore. The game recovered, and well, Mixup pushing out here. Exertus has lost a few players early. This is not quite a quadruple suicide attempt here. Decimate, though, gets the snipe on Ninja Nick from the window. That was while Rando is bombing in as a little distraction play. That's going to get the Uber out here. Exertus says, why not? Let's get some frags. Hardblue down, Platinum down. And Squid, oh my, coming up behind the Fragile. They have to be careful. He's lurking right there. Oh, they saw him, and there we go. Squid is down. Dave AC up for Classic Mixup. Exertus on the push. They want to get a point here.
Yeah, this is a dangerous situation. That pretty much should be done deal.
Should be. They are continuing to get frags here as well. Enigma is up, but he's not going to last. One last player running out here. Can't do it. And Exertus pulls around back and showing some life, which is great. I think they have some life. You just need to continue to play sharp and follow up good middle fights, because they've had some nice middle fights.
Indeed. That one came down to Mixup kind of got busted on there at one point, and their spawns just didn't come in for him.
We'll see how Hardblue fares in this middle fight. Right now, down to 77 health, while Bidonsky's getting a full buff. So that's already health disadvantage. Ninja Nick had to pick up a health pack as well, as Hardblue has been taken out, and Exodus pushing the tempo now as they clean up everybody who's not with Ninja Nick. So that's just Platinum. And Red's just going to keep pushing. They're continuing to put the pressure on, bringing a double jump. Getting it from both sides. Ninja Nick down to 22 health. Jump around the corner from Mela. That black box gets the kill on the medic, and Platinum cleaned up by Decimate. So that turned into essentially a wipe, even though Hardblue is up right now. They did lose all 6 players over the course of mid, and losing Platinum so late there means that Exertus is ready to go. They can push in, 2-man advantage still, and an Uber charge. This game could be tied very shortly here.
Yeah, and the Uber comes out, and that should pretty much be it. We got Mixup trying their best, but that's gonna be that. We have a tie game next time.
Wow, how quickly the tables have turned. As a Classic Mixup, we're looking like they're pretty well on their way to getting a 3-0 half. They are now trying to still not go into halftime in a losing position, as Exodus has reeled off 2 fast wins. We'll see what Classic Mixup do here. Hardblue in a better position this middle, has gotten a buff. It's back up to 200. Throwing that spam out there. Pascal, that's Alpha, the first one down. Hardblue, nice stickies, and Exodus is taking a lot of damage. Hardblue's going to get a little bit of cleanup here as well, as he clears off Rando. Bidonsky going down, and well, Snakewater playing very swiftly, as Hardblue looking to get some spawn camping stickies. on the door of red team, playing that aggressive demo man I knew was in him.
Yeah, I'm at this point, I'm gonna make a little rule, okay? You remember how people used to say, watch Bandy at mid. If Bandy survives mid, then they'll win. Well, if Heart Blue doesn't die first at mid, then Mixup's gonna have an okay mid. The last two, he went down right away, got rushed down, things went poorly.
Yeah, here comes the push now. Heart Blue on the point. Good Uber from him. There was one snipe out on Enigma, but DaveAC and Heart Blue standing on the point. Now that's going to take us to halftime, and Mixup respond pretty emphatically. And we're going to try to cycle our HUD real quick just to take care of business. Players, well, you know, some of them are readying up, but hopefully won't miss anything. What are your thoughts on this first half, Marxist?
Yeah, pretty good tier 2 overall. I mean, the mids for Mixup are problematic. Harblue would try to get really aggressive. He'd have kind of a poor opener where he wouldn't hit a lot of his early long-range stickies, and then he'd feel obligated to push forward, and then he'd get rushed down, and that was hurting him pretty bad. So if they can avoid that sort of self-fulfilling prophecy, then I think we'll have more solid mids come out of here. The main thing, if I were Exertus, that I would try to fix, just as while I'm pontificating about thoughts on the match, is they're having a really difficult time in the rounds that they've lost, forcing mix-ups or Ubers early enough.
Yeah. I think that's a good observation.
I think we've seen three times, at least, that Mixup has pushed a point with Uber advantage and not had to pop, and that's disaster.
Yeah, we also have the issue of the quadruple suicide, as it were, and I think that Exertus have tried their best to realize what's happening. See, okay, they have 4 down. We killed them in pretty close proximity to each other. Let's get out there right now. Let's move. And they haven't had the follow-up, or it hasn't finished quite right. You know, they're not able to, like, keep the Fragile tucked away so that kind of the following fight, you know, Fragile's almost kind of gotten sucked onto the point, and if there's an exchange of Ubers, and they exchange Ubers, and then Ninja Nick still just backs up on choke. And I know that Fragile is a big proponent of this, which is just, you know, always make sure that you have an escape. But sometimes it's not even just about that. It's, you know, make sure that your team fights around you and can keep you safe in these engagements. And Fragile is definitely in a more precarious, more fragile position after some of these fights, and could use a little bit more protection from his team.
Yeah, I mean, with the 4-man suicide, you basically got two options. You can try to have what I like to call the hero Uber, where your pocket Rando would find Platinum, and they would just have a let's shoot each other while we're invincible fight, and then you would try to go about fighting, or you just force their Uber back up and then push out again. But it looks like we're gonna go live here on the second half.
Yes, indeed.
So
we are live.
I'll let you take it away.
Colors have been switched. Exertus now in the blue. Classic Mixup in the red. And let's see how this middle fight goes as Harblue coming out the ramp side. He's going to spam those stickies across, try to make something happen. We'll see where these soldiers go as well. Both soldiers up top for blue. Big jump around from DaveAC. He's going to be behind. Ends up kind of getting chased off, though. He is surviving with 15 health. While that's a Decimate all over the combo. Blue Scout's going crazy. Pascal pistols down Nick right as he was about to escape into Saw Room. Platinum's waiting for a health pack while Blue is just closing in on him. He's not going to get it either. It just spawns as soon as he dies. Enigma does get Bidonsky, so a bit of a consolation there. Enigma skirting away. 14 health through lower, but very expertly played by him to get away from the pushing Exertus eSports team.
Yeah, and no Bidonsky's gonna weaken this push a little bit. It's not gonna break the bank for Exertus, but it'll give a little bit of breathing space to mix up. Let's see if this Pyro can make it happen here for him.
Yeah, I've certainly seen some good clips of Pyro in this exact situation. One by Grape, I do believe. Ninja Nick's good buddy, and Enigma, certainly a very talented sixes pyro, gets in close to this door here, is staying healthy as well, which is very important to the pyro strat. Then just gets gunned down at close range by Decimate. They're just stacking the point, times 4 on the point. That forces Mixup to respond, and well, Exertus then just cleans up, and they take the first round here in this second half, which pushes the score overall to 3-3. So a tie game once again.
Yeah, there was a time when people said Enigma was the best pyro in TF2, I believe. So, unfortunately, not really anything spectacular there. But we'll watch this next mid.
Yeah, he's not running pyro to mid, just those defensive situations. And we have a big movement from Dave AC, once again taking the kitchen, but he's kind of gone to lower health, but gets fragile in kind of an awkward position. Who actually deals an arrow to Dave AC, takes care of business himself. Now Enigma on top of the point. Ninja Nick running away alone. But, oh no, he's getting chased by the scout. Ninja Nick in trouble a bit. But 143 health. Decimate takes down Enigma, and Decimate gets arrowed by Ninja Nick. So some big arrow frags coming out from all sorts of players. And Mela, oh, now goes down, but was chasing. Rando kind of thought about it as well, but ends up pulling back, which is probably smart.
Yeah, 2 down though. Mixup's got a little bit of a window here, and they may get another. Rando's getting beat up. There he goes.
Man. Yeah, a bit too much of a wild chase in the end. Mela is going to be respawning here, but they lost their chance to push the second point. And Alpha gets in. Oh, does force it on Ninja Nick as the stickers were coming in from the side. So Mixup thought they had the upper hand, and then all of a sudden, big play from Alpha, showing his experience, just puts the pressure on at just the right time. They knew he was in Saw, and they take care of business.
And Dave AC and Squid are going to go down on the flank, so Mixup's going to have to kind of back up here. We'll call it a tactical withdrawal. And Exertus is going to end up getting the second point. A bit of a fight going down in that queso cheese area, but nothing really comes of it.
Now Exertus are going to finally be able to take the second point here. Uber charges even. Exertus could get their first advantage in this whole match. They could get the round win here.
And I should note there that on that mid, this previous mid that led us to this dreadful situation was Harblue going down first.
So, Harblue almost getting picked right there. Speaking of, by Decimate, just plus forwarding into him. See if Decimate switches up classes on the respawn. Right now, Squid getting forward, finding a bunch of the traps, and Mixup posturing forward, looking to get maybe a little aggressive here. Decimate is on snipes though, by the way, just real quick.
Yeah, we got that standard 6 going on here for Mixup, so they want to do something. At least maybe just a forward hold. Try and get somebody that's going to peek one of these doors. See what's going on. If anything, it buys you time.
Yeah, looks like they've given up on it, but I'm not sure if they saw Decimate on Sniper. Would certainly make me think twice about kind of aggressively pushing out in this circumstance, but we'll see what happens here. Platinum on the right side with Ninja Nick. This is still kind of unusually forward compared to the defenses that a lot of teams run. We do have Dave AC and Harblue watching the lower, while Enigma on the left-hand side. Looks like Squid floating around now on the right. And Exertus just working the slow. There goes Platinum, so big snipe from Decimate. That's going to force Mixup back. Exertus is going to run forward, and we have a pause, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. It can't be a little bit of TF2 without a few technical problems, and well, we got pretty far. We got into the second half without a pause, so that's pretty good.
A+.
Yeah. No, we've had a lot of people raising dongers in chat, which is always a good time to do, but let's keep it classy. And no F words, no N words. You know what I'm talking about. Dongers are okay. I don't mind dongers. Raise your dongers, flip your tables, throw out your seagull binds, do whatever. Just play nice. Just be nice. Oh, we are on pause, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get back on the action and focus in on Exertus's push here. Badonsky takes a lot of damage, goes down early. That is a big loss. We will be having some HUD problems as well, just how pauses work. And pressure on the point from Mela, but right now, just 2 down for Exertus. And it was just Harblu, but Dave AC goes down as well. Exertus is mostly backed up, though. I think they've given up on this push.
Yeah, they're going to yoink there. We might see Mixup push up here, but that sniper's could pose problems.
Yeah, there goes Deciment, though. And 2 down for Exertus. eSports Alpha actually just respawned, so just 1 down, but gotta talk about location. Mela picks up Enigma, but Blue under a lot of duress here. They're losing some players. And hopefully our caster's HUD is fixed. Mine just magically fixed. Usually on point captures it fixes. Some people saying HUD_reload scheme, which is a fantastic CVAR. But when you run that, it does usually lag your video. And if you're casting, that's not always the best thing to just be hitting HUD reload scheme all the time. So just a little FYI there as Classic Mixup pushing forward. Exertus had an Uber charge, but Fragile's smart enough to be like, you know what, let's not waste this Uber charge. Let's get some players back. Now we can defend. And that's what they're doing. They're pushing Red back through Saw Room. Almost catch Platinum. He does pick up that large health pack, but he was pretty dangerously low there for a second. Pressure on the combo here. Ninja Nick taking some rockets. Gets down to 40 health. Mela does an odd jump just to come down from the middle of the door frame. Sorry, Marxist, you were saying.
Yeah. To Nick surfing there, but the force is going to come out. I was going to say, Nick had some really good surfs there in the previous engagement. Nobody ever shouts out medics, and I've played medic for like 7 seasons, so...
Yeah, I always try to call out a sick surf when you see it, you know, excellent positioning. Ninja Nick, though, on that kind of exit, did take a few extra rockets. That came back to haunt him as Mela just kind of jumped out of the window and found him backing up. So now Exertus going to move in here. Decimate takes a lot of damage, but they did pick up frags on Dave AC in Sky High. So Decimate will be able to just get healed back up here shortly. I guess he's capping the point. We'll pick up the health pack. Blue is pushing forward without him at this 2-man advantage. They want to get this Uber into effect shortly here. They're just going to walk on the point, totally uncontested. Now they pop the Uber. Scout still capturing, though. And Fragile Super Smarts waits till the point is contested before flashing the Scout. And there's the capture. It is now 4-3. Oh, wow. So you called it 5-3, but that might be the score going the other direction.
Yeah.
If Exertus can keep up the momentum here and pick up the round win, and that would be quite the talking point if they were able to take a victory off of Classic Mixup here. But it looks like we have another pause, so unfortunately some difficulties going on with the players in the server. I don't know if it's server problems, I don't know, I can't say, but some sort of issue going on here.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much wackiness out of the server, so my guess is probably a player problem. Usually with the ESEA servers, when you're going to end up... Oh, there we go. So here's a mid. That's it. Well, it's 2 minutes in the future anyways, so I was going to say mid's a weird time to have that happen.
Yeah, Blue jumps 2 soldiers up top. Mela jumps all the way around and is coming through Saw Room in a second here. Red is taking good position as Squid gets 2 kills. Here comes that jump, though. Mela, perfect bomb on Ninja Nick. They didn't see him coming. He gets Harblu as well, so 2 big frags there. Our HUD's broken once again. It's just Budomski up for Blue. And so Red doing a little bit healthier.
Yeah, Squid kind of snuck around there on the Fragile out of the window, and he made like a deep sea predator and knocked out the Fragile. So we'll see Uber advantage come up here for Nick as HUD's come back, but contesting of second, coming out strong. Some people like to call that going hard. eXtine saving second.
Yeah, going hard in the paint. And we actually do have Red running Crits Creek here, so Ninja Nick's kind of backed up a little bit. Mela bringing some pressure, does get Squid before he gets taken out. They will have seen the crits, though, for sure.
Yeah, those yellow flecking particles are out there, so we'll see. Harblu's first crits as an invite demo.
Wow, that's a pretty good pick
Fragile
right there. Yeah, knew that Fragile was going to be on ramp and just totally hit the perfect sticky to reach around the corner with that. And takes out Fragile. That's pretty big frag. Should go a long way to helping them out on this this round here. They've gotten some good follow-up damage. It's just Rando and Mela. Rando having to back up here under attack. Very low health. Scouts out here and chasing him around. Actually, no, that was Mela who was getting chased. A little bit better health. But Mixup is pushing. Ninja Nick on the side. They don't need to wait for Uber Charge. They got crits. They're just in here pushing like maniacs and getting the capture. So we have a tied game, 4-4, ladies and gentlemen. This is one more round of TF2. Something about, Rando's mic was the only reason they paused there. So this 19 minutes, 20 seconds left. Could see a very long round and some overtime. But either way, one more capture of either team's last point is going to do it. One of these teams is going to leave remaining undefeated. And the other one's going to have a 1 in the loss column. So we're going to have to see how this goes. Middle fight right now. Mixup is taking a bit of damage. Mela also fairly low. Alpha the first one to go down. Decimate under duress as well, but he does kill Platinum. Decimate's still fighting despite being extremely low. Ninja Nick a little bit disconnected. While Fragile's on the point, but Squid comes in, gets the kill on Fragile. Oh, and more frags for red team as Harblue coming in from crazy angles. He was on blue side. Mela doubles back, does get the kill on Harblue. It's just Rando here, though, up against Ninja Nick and Enigma. Enigma is going to get the frag.
That was a really interesting mid there, too, but, Harblue getting the early frag on the scout is wonderful. If you can get a scout on the other team to go down first, you've made a good case for yourself, so... Nice plays.
Now Mixup with certainly an advantage, but Exertus have shown their capability to defend and play last and work their way back into the game. So not over by any means, even though we do have a very good push potential right now from Mixup. They're gonna get right on top of Bidonsky, throw down a fair amount of damage. Harblue in an aggressive position as well. He throws out some stickies. Fragile, thankfully, is very fully healed. Although Rando has to run all the way back to spawn. Bidonsky does pick up Harblue as Mixup continue to pressure here, but the Uber charge has been built by Exertus. Oh, good stickies! Just go to force Ninja Nick and the lobby. And Fragile Ubers in return as had to keep Rando up. Bidonsky extremely lit. He's going to run back to spawn. Dave AC goes down and the Ubers traded.
Yeah, Harm did a really good job of forcing up there to back Blue out. And I think he just, didn't realize that his team was a little bit further behind him there, and bad things occurred. But Rando and Decimate are going to go down to Stickies. Plat and Squid also to Stickies and Pipe Harblue. So Bidonsky getting all 3 kills.
And Ninja Nick in trouble as well. Big jump in. And another, 2 kills from Alpha. I also want to point out something that was interesting about that fight. It was kind of a situational thing, it just kind of came up. Oh, as Fragile gets, oh no, bombed by Dave AC. That is terrible. Yeah, Fragile in that last fight came from underneath and was really just a scout and was trying to build his way up to the point to get those heals towards his soldiers. And was kind of in a dangerous situation, but stayed tucked away, played well. And now Harblue kind of getting out and goes down. Mela's going to go for a big flank. Is getting chased by a soldier, and the back cap is on. This is Platinum is going to have to deal with that. Both of the players here for Exertus step away from the point. That's because Alpha gets a kill on Squid. He's going to know that he is low. Fragile goes down to Enigma in there as well, picking up a kill on Bidonsky in Fragile. So Exertus have shown such great play tonight, but they've had some big engagements go the other way.
And there is a soldier behind, but it's not gonna be anything. And Mixup's gonna use that. Mela's behind, yes, but they're gonna just keep pushing forward. Keep an eye out for that Mela. He doesn't have a pain train. He's not gonna cap mid. Just make sure he doesn't randomly appear on top of our friend Ninja Nick.
Yeah, Decimate goes for a forward spawn assassinate. Mela does get a good rocket and does force the early Uber from Ninja Nick. They're still going to be able to get at least Platinum out. Oh, and Fragile goes down to Enigma, who is running in as well. Bidonsky goes down. This is looking dire for Exertus eSports. There goes Rando. Alpha's gone. Decimate will not be able to decimate anything. And there goes the game. 5-4 to Exertus. 5-4 to Mixup. 4 points for Exertus. They lose to Classic Mixup here. Classic Mixup. Well, maybe a little bit closer than some people were expecting, but still come out ahead, still remain undefeated. And Exertus eSports played pretty well, just couldn't quite do it in the end. Not quite.